Welcome back to the Rant and Banter Show. I'm Denny,
I'm Mike.
and we are going to be talking about fantasy football today.
This is the fantasy themed episode. If you've already done your draft, then you can still watch. Don't worry, because this is going to be getting into more than just what you should pick. We're just going to talk about what we think about fantasy.
Yeah. Or if you're one of those fiends that are in multiple fantasy leagues.
And you have a draft coming up this weekend, maybe. Like pick 6 and pick 9.
Yeah, pick 9.
In a 10-man league. Maybe we can kind of give an overview of what we're going to do and maybe get a good feel for what the other person's going to pick. So, this is the fantasy-themed episode, and we're going to start off with speaking of a 10-man league. Is a 10-man league the best league in fantasy? Would you say it's the most balanced and the most fun?
I would say it's the most balanced and most fun because I feel like each team gets an even amount of talented players. There's so many players out there, but I was in a 12-man last year, and it's weird because it's funny, only 2 players make it slim pickings for top guys that you want. But I personally like the 10-man. I think it gives the most balanced teams out there, and it actually makes it for a competitive fantasy season too.
So if you could have a dream pick, you get first dibs at any pick you want in a 10-man league, which one would you want?
That's a good question, actually.
Would you want 6 or 7 or 8?
I would probably go with 7, just because you're past that first chunk of top guys going, but then you also get the wraparound pretty quick.
You can build a solid.
You can build
2 people.
You can build your top receiver you want or your top running back you want and pair them together. Or if you want to go run heavy, you can get 2 top backs right away and go from there. Because you think about it, there's so many good. Let's cut back. There's so many good receivers out there where you can afford to skip out the first 2 rounds and take 2 top running backs and build a running game.
Yeah, I would probably say either 6 or 7 as well. Probably pick 6 or 7.
I think it's past that middle point. Trying to get past that middle point, and
I would say 7 because I think if you do 6, you're out of the realm of getting the top guys, but you're also out of the realm of getting a solid guy because after you've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7.
No, exactly.
You can even get a second.
And that's starting off the draft, and that's what you want. You want to, like you said, you want to start off with those top guys you want because they should be there. Last year, I think I had the first pick, and I picked CD, and he got hurt. Obviously, you're not going to know the player's going to make a full season, but
and my dumbass 2 years ago picked Austin Eckler over Christian McCaffrey. He was
Austin Eckler also came off a good season the year before, but
Austin Eckler, with the benefit of hindsight, I'm the biggest idiot in the world. But if I could travel back in time, the thing I would change the most in my entire life
is taking
McCaffrey over Austin Eckler. And then you know how I followed it up the season after that? You know what my first pick was? It was Breece Hall. Last season, Breece Hall was the 3rd best running back projected-wise.
It's because they were also projecting, because I think that's when Aaron Rodgers
was making his comeback after his Jets debut.
And who knows? Maybe he'll have a good season this year. I don't know.
He probably will.
You're gonna have the players that have bounce back years, and they're gonna be great, and they're not gonna be taken till the 2nd or 3rd round, probably even farther down the line than that. But you don't know.
And then my second pick last year was Garrett Wilson, and I remember thinking, I was like, "Oh man, I better hope the Jets do good this year."
I think Garrett Wilson's gonna have a good season. I do, because I think Justin Fields will have that edge to get him the ball. But
they'll be much better this year.
Not on your team. Yeah, exactly.
But I think last year I was the 3rd pick or something. And I ended up going with Breece Hall, and then it fell back to me with Garrett Wilson because all the great receivers were gone. But let's do a hypothetical here. Let's say you're the 5th pick in the draft. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Saquon Barkley, and Bijan Robinson have all been taken. You are the 5th pick. Who would you take? Let me give some options. You've got CeeDee Lamb, you've got Jameer Gibbs, you've got Derrick Henry, Malik Neighbors, Kyle Pitts, Christian McCaffrey, Puka
I think Kyle Pitts is
Nakua.
a good choice on there.
I tried to sneak it in without smiling.
No, for real though, no. Like, he's not bad.
Yeah.
Maybe later in the draft, but I don't know right on.
Listen, if I'm the second pick, I'm gonna be pissed because I know that I'm not getting Kyle Pitts. That's the nightmare I have to live with.
He's gonna have a breakout season one season, and who knows? It could be this season.
If he act okay, we know the Kyle Pitts meme is a joke, but just imagine if he has like a miracle run where he genuinely puts up like 30 points a game in fantasy. Can you imagine? Like that would be insane. He would easily become the most popular player in the league just because of how much it's been a joke. Because
Yeah.
the joke is that Kyle Pitts,
In all honesty, if he would have a good quarterback, which I think with Mike Penix, I think he could have a good season.
he's definitely in a better situation.
I think he's bound to have a breakout season because he was so productive in college that I don't see how it doesn't translate over to the pros, being how much of a receiving tight end he is. Like he's a big body, he can get up and catch the ball. Like I, eventually down the road, I think he'll.
Yeah,
But
I just love it. I love the memes of Kyle Pitts being the best. Like cue the Squid Games meme of Kyle Pitts with a bunch of him yelling. Like, dude, that's been my favorite football related meme I've seen before the season has started.
it's honestly very hilarious.
But jokes aside, CeeDee Lamb, Jameer Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Malik Neighbors, Christian McCaffrey, Puka Nakua, Amon Ra. Like, who are we taking with
That is honestly, if you think about it, it's a very tough decision to make because if you got to factor in like CD Lamb's coming off injury season, like is he going to be that productive receiver? Like, is that going to be healthy for him in order to get him the ball too?
Yeah.
Um,
And honestly, I think the Cowboys added so much to their team. I wouldn't even pick CD Lamb.
that's a
I
fair
think it'll be-
point. I mean,
Like the
you
points
think-
will be split.
yeah,
so much.
because you added George Pickens, who if he gets production, he's a good receiver. Like as long as he stays out of,
The Cowboys are going to be good this year,
they're not going to be a bad team.
and that's coming from a Birds fan. Like,
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna lie. I always like Dak Prescott. I always thought he was a good quarterback.
I love his sleep number commercials.
And they're good commercials. Yeah.
You know, it all seems every year. Dak taking a nap ball after getting bounced from the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. No, but in all honesty, I do think Dak is a good quarterback. I think it's just that he has yet to get past the playoffs, pretty much. Like he hasn't been able to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
But no, back to that though. I think you look more into it. Like Derrick Henry is a great option there. He is going to produce like he did last year. I think he's still going to get the ball, and the dude's just a power running back. Like he's going to get the ball at the goal line. They're not going to have like the Birds have Lamar Jackson line up for
Yeah.
a tush push when they
Yeah.
got Derrick Henry
yeah,
forcing the ball down the defense's throat, pretty much. Like
yeah. Derrick Henry is the power back that if you're on the 1 yard line, he's scoring.
yeah,
So
but.
it's a good case to make.
And Jameer Gibbs, he's solid. You know, he's taking over the majority. He's taking over the carries from David Montgomery.
Are you taking Gibbs over Christian McCaffrey? Like, if you could pick,
If I would take Gibbs over McCaffrey just because McCaffrey was out all year last year.
yeah, but this could be his revenge tour.
It could be, but then it just takes one hit where it sends him back to not playing.
That is true.
Um,
Playing quarterback after Brock Purdy gets the Mahomes.
Pretty much, yeah. No, and like it honestly leads to like Malik Neighbors. I honestly think Malik Neighbors is gonna have a great season. The one reasoning as to why is because I mean, yeah, he's pretty much done. I would say he has 2 years maybe left. In Russell Wilson, I think with him adding that former Pro Bowler who can still get the ball out and also scan the field and find the guy, like Malik Neighbors gets open. He's a really good route runner. I think he's gonna have a great, probably even a lot better than he did last year.
Yeah.
Because the Giants were balancing different quarterbacks, like Daniel Jones. He got hurt, I think.
Honestly, the Giants was barely on my television program because they were so low in the standings. I barely watched them last year.
They weren't very competitive whatsoever. But
I mean, I think no matter what, Malik Neighbors is one of those gems on a garbage franchise.
Oh yeah, and
Like he's like that meme of the Lamborghini parked in the ghetto
no, exactly
house.
in the rundown
Yeah,
house. Yeah,
in the slums. But I think the Giants will be in last place. But I think Neighbors will be
I think
a very good pick for
no, I
fantasy.
do, and I think going off what you said, I think the Giants realize that they're going to be in last place because the NFC East is a powerhouse. Like you got the Eagles, which yeah, they lost veteran guys, but they replaced it with younger and hungrier guys that want contracts. You got Washington, who Jaden Daniels' first year in the pros takes the team to the NFC Championship game.
Yes, he does. He
Then-
beats the Lions.
Yeah, he beat the Lions. Yeah, and the Lions were a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the Cowboys, who knows what you're going to get with them, but they're still going to produce. Like Dak comes back and he's good. Then you got CD that comes back and he's good.
Yep.
But the Giants just don't have enough, I think, to compete with the rest of the NFC East.
They just can't compete. Like if you would plop them in any other division, they would probably get third, maybe even second, depending on the division. But in the NFC East, there's just no shot.
Because you think about it, you're playing each of those teams twice. That's 6 games.
6 of your games. That's over a third of your season stuck with playing against the Cowboys, the Commanders, and the Eagles.
But no, I mean, exactly. But I think
you would take Malik.
I think I would take Malik Neighbors. It's a stretch, I think, but if it's the first round, I think I would have to go with him because I think he is going to get the targets, get the receptions, get the yards, even get the touchdowns. I think he's going to have a good season.
All right, that's good to know.
Yes.
6th pick, 9th pick.
Right there. No, if Derrick Henry calls me, I'll take Derrick Henry. You know he's going to get points. So,
Yeah, I think you're going to end up getting Christian McCaffrey there.
hey, and who knows? Maybe McCaffrey has a bounce back year.
Yeah.
I don't know. But there's so many good. Your first pick, anyone you pick is going to.
Unless it's Brees Hall or Austin Eckler.
Oh, yeah. But any guy you pick with your first pick, especially in a 10-man, you're going to get someone that.
Surely I don't miss 3 years in a row, right? Surely. I can't go wrong this year. I've got the 6th pick. I have to have a good pick.
But yeah, you also get to see how the other guys are picking too.
Yeah, you get to get a feel for it.
And also, if you're playing with guys that know what they're doing and guys that don't really know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. We've got an even spread in that this year. So.
But that's what makes it fun now. Like, you got the guys that you could have no clue, and they end up winning the damn league.
Exactly. And, like, I don't know, or they could pick random ones. Like, you could have someone with no ball knowledge scroll, like, RJ Harvey and just pick.
Have you seen the one where the guy picked Brian Robinson Jr. instead of B. John Robinson?
With the real life board.
And he puts B. Robinson. But then his buddy goes, "That's B. Robinson Jr." And he goes, "What do you mean, Jr.?" And he's like, "No."
That would be very fun to do. An in-person, like doing an in-person fantasy draft is the most fun part about the entire season.
Exactly. If you can get the whole crew together to do that, it's a lot of fun. Like having a good time, snacking, drinking, making picks, having fun. Like
correct. Yeah.
Like it's still fun doing it on your phone and stuff, but not as fun as like having a big draft board and
getting pissed at people 2 feet from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Picking your guy,
and then you're fuming, and then you're like, oh, I gotta find who I'm gonna take now.
But that's first 2 rounds. Here's a word of advice. Unless you're playing in some special league, do not take a quarterback first couple rounds.
Oh, no.
But if you do, what are the top 3 fantasy quarterbacks you should take? I'm thinking Lamar, Burrow, Allen. Like that's what I'm thinking right there.
And those are all good.
But those have been the 3 for the past couple of
And
years.
I personally think those are going to be the 3 for a while. Like, they just get points. Like, Lamar Jackson, he can kill you with his arm and his legs. Like, he's just going to get points. He's going to produce.
If you had a top 5, who would be the 2 others that you would say?
Personally, like, now, if it depends on if they still produce with how they run the ball, is I would honestly put Hurts in the top 3 just because he does get the points. Like, if you're looking for a guy that is just passing heavy, like, but if you're looking for a guy that's going to get you rushing yards and passing yards, Lamar and Hurts are the guys you want to go with. Like, even Allen, he can do both. Like, Joe Burrow, he doesn't really run as much as he used to just because it's like coming back from his ACL.
But he passes so
But his
much.
passing game is so strong that he passed for 400 yards a game with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say the top five. I would now no order. I would just lay like Lamar, Hurts, Burrow, Allen. Now before last year, I would have put Mahomes, and I'm still gonna put Mahomes because he's still gonna.
And there's your top five right there for anything.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
Now if Jaden Daniels has a repeat season and does not have a sophomore slump, I would definitely say next year he moves into the top five. Now, who would you move out though? That's the question. Because now, if even though he's a good quarterback, but if he doesn't produce the numbers, say Mahomes, because I had Mahomes last year and he was not getting the numbers. He was getting like 12, 15 fantasy points a week.
And to be fair, like that team was squeaking by every week. I don't think they won a game by more than 2 possessions, and I think they only did it twice the whole regular season. Like that team making to the Super Bowl was insane, and it showed in fantasy. I mean, Travis Kelce had a down year.
Travis Kelce had a big time down year.
Mahomes had a down year.
Which I think was because of Kelce not having a big season because that was his number one target.
Yep.
Now it's going to be interesting to see how this year goes for them with Xavier Worthy having his second season. Like he finished, he had 170 yards and 2 TDs in the Super Bowl. I mean, that was garbage time.
Garbage time, 40-6.
Yeah, it was 46 real score. Settle that real
non-biased by the way.
Yeah, non-biased. We're not biased, but no, like he had a good ending of his season with 2 TDs, and I think it was clear. I think it was over 150 receiving yards, if I'm not mistaken. But no, I think right now you would have to go like those guys: Lamar, Hurts, Allen, Burrow. Like I would even still throw Mahomes in there because who knows what you're going to get this year with him.
Yeah.
But Jaden Daniels isn't far off those heels. Like
I've seen a lot of Bo Nix lovers.
I think Bo Nix is going to have a good season.
I think the Broncos in general are going to, like, if I had first dibs at a defense to take, would it be crazy if I wanted the Broncos defense? Like,
I don't think so. Just because you think about it, their secondary is solid. They have a solid secondary, and I think what you were stating before
with the
was their
difficulty.
Schedule. Yeah, their schedule's not tough. I mean, it's not that it's not tough, but it's very manageable for them to hold teams to a low amount of points.
Yeah. When you think about the top defenses in the league, you got to think about like their schedules, because at the end of the day, most of the points you're getting are from how many points they allow. So if you have a easy schedule, like the Broncos have a much easier schedule than the Commanders, the Cowboys, the Eagles. That's anyone that did good last year in the playoffs.
Exactly. Now that's coming back, like with the Eagles, like they have a good young defense, but they're going up against these top offenses. Like they're going to have to figure out a way. That's why, I would shy away from picking their defense because
I probably wouldn't.
They're a good defense, but they're playing these top offenses around the league. Like they're going to have their hands full this season, which it's going to be scary. But their offense is going to have to outplay their defense. Like their offense is going to have to show every week. Like unless it comes to them playing the Giants, where they can take their foot off the gas a little bit. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting with their defense.
Yeah, the Eagles might be a good defense to pick up as like a free agent if they have
a bad opponent. Yeah, if your defense that you picked was on a bye and you needed a defense thrown there. Personally, the Texans' defense looks great.
Yeah, and you got to think they're playing the AFC South, which they stink. The AFC South has always been the worst division in football. Ever. You got the Jaguars, the Titans, the Colts, the Texans.
And it seems like those teams have always been rebuilding for how many years now? Like, they have yet to...
Yeah. We hate the South. We hate... Even the NFC South. They suck, too. I mean, the only time they were good was when Tom Brady, an AFC East guy, came in and did something. You got Drew Brees, who's the modern day...
I was like, who's even the Saints quarterback this year?
I don't know. It's not Derek Carr.
He retired.
Yeah, he retired. Who is...
Honestly, I can see the Buccaneers coming out.
Wait, what was his name? They're going to get that tight end to be their quarterback.
Oh, Taysom Hill?
Taysom Hill, yeah. Taysom Hill's going to start.
No, honestly, I think, the Steelers are going to have a really good defense this season. They have a good secondary. Their front's solid. Their linebackers are good. I think they're going to have a good defense. It's just going to be interesting to see how their offense plays out.
Yeah. And all this talking has got you wondering, all right, you're making all these predictions about how good a team's going to be. What are your picks for standings? What are your picks for like what are their records going to be? That's where episode 3 is.
That's where episode 3 is going to be more about that. We're not going to get more into that. That's more. This is more fantasy. We're just talking about.
We kind of started talking about the teams. We're sorry.
Yeah,
we're talking about the defense.
You start babbling on, and then you get into like stuff that's later on. But
predictions, schedule predictions, power rankings, all that stuff. That's going to be a juicy episode for next week.
It is
right before the season starts. So make sure if you're done with fantasy, I'm done with fantasy.
I'm trying to think of what else to even talk about the fantasy. Like we talked about the quarterbacks, talked about first round picks.
Do you use ESPN? Or do you
use?
I know there's this one called Sleeper.
So just talk about that. I use fantasy. I think ESPN. I think ESPN is, to me, I personally like it the most. I've heard people use Sleeper. I've heard people use Yahoo. I think
people that use Yahoo are like 40 years old.
But I think ESPN is the better one to use. Like I think just smoother transitioning between like picks and stuff like that. I think, and also just keeping track of it. And honestly, that's all I ever used was ESPN. I use Sleeper for pick'ems. I use Sleeper for pick'ems. That's
by the way, pick'ems. We're going to be doing that too. We're going to do like an eliminator pool. We're going to do anything competition related because competition is the best thing to rant about if you're losing,
especially and also while the season's going on too.
Yeah,
if your team's not doing that well, you can do something else and like.
Exactly. It gives you something to do. Hopefully we won't be that. Hopefully our team will be good enough that we won't have to worry about that as much though. But
I remember when the Eagles went 4-11 and 1.
Yeah, whatever that was.
It was like 2 years after they won the Super Bowl, and it's like
that was a dark time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being
that was when Hurts took over the team?
Yeah, it was right around. That was the passing of the torch right there. But yeah. Tune in on TikTok. Tune in on Instagram. If you're watching from Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of the platforms that these shareable Spotify links provide, make sure you check out the socials because that is where we're going to interact the most. I don't really know how to interact on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
I've never done this before. You've done this more than I have. Yeah. Honestly, the best bet is just trying to get us out there and trying to
follow the social. Follow the TikTok and Instagram because that is where you will be able to message us, be able to comment, be able to rant, be able to banter with us. That is where you will do it.
And let your frustrations out if your team's not doing that good.
Or if you disagree with us.
Or if you disagree, we're fine with you. If you disagree, let us know because then we want to have discussions about it.
Yeah, and if you want to call in, maybe we'll open a phone line. We'll have a phone line lined up for any angry, frustrated callers that want to come in and
like I said, we were knocking the Giants pretty good here, but
we're sorry about that.
Yeah, like I said, we're unbiased. Like we want you guys because honestly, like the division's a solid division. Like it's going to be competitive for the years to come too. If you think about it,
especially with Jerry Jones, he's probably going to croak the next few years anyway, and that'll make the Cowboys much better.
Well, I mean, I think Jerry Jones, exactly. Jerry Jones needs to let his hands off the reins a little bit and let the GM get in there and build that team because they could have a solid team. In all honesty, they could. They got their star defensive edge.
Wanting to be an Eagle.
Yeah, because he wants to get paid and he's not getting paid. But
Jerry Jones has said it before, right? He said it. Let's be real. Yeah, Micah Parsons pissed him off. He's definitely said it.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I think that definitely needs to be cut out.
But that's going to wrap up our episode 2 of many to come. Make sure you check in for the next episode because we're going to get into our predictions, our schedule.
And that'll be a fun episode talking about predictions and also standings.
We might even have a board. We might even have a little board. And we might have some graphics.
We might surprise you with the picks we make.
Yeah, maybe we'll have some little graphics. Maybe we'll have some... I don't know. Yeah. We'll bring a guest in. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll bring a guest in. Yeah, who knows? But we're definitely going to be making picks for week 1 next episode.
So excited. Make sure you tune in for that. Make sure you follow so that we don't get lost in your giant For You page. And thank you for watching. Remember to pick Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, solid pick.